I saw a Facebook post earlier in the week talking about Lacy's Bridge in Cass County. This is my Lacy's Bridge story. One Friday night, two friends of mine and myself were just messing around, and we decided we would take our guns and go down to Lacy's Bridge and shoot them. Just shoot at random objects out there on the creek. This is back in the early 90s. I had an 87 Jeep Wrangler. It was brown. And earlier on, like 2 or 3 weeks before that, I was driving down the road and it was starting to get cooler weather. It was like 50 degrees outside, and the top literally blew off my Jeep. It was a soft top. And I'd been riding around for a couple of weeks with no top, and finally my brand new top came in. Like that day, I got a brand new top that day. So we ride down to Lacy's Bridge, man. It's down this blacktop road about 5 miles outside of Linden. You get down there and you take a little side road off and go down parallel to the bridge. It'll take you down to the river. And the ruts are kind of like deep. It's a sandy surface. So, you know, you're driving along through there, and we're out there, we're drinking beer, you know. So I had to go to the bathroom. And I stop the Jeep and I get out, and the ruts are, you know, probably 6 or 8 inches deeper than the surface of the road. So whenever I stepped out, I was a little higher than the top part of the Jeep. So, well, as I was getting out, the guy who was sitting next to me, he was like, "Hey man, let me look at your gun." And I was like, "Okay, cool." And I handed him my gun. It was like a 45, 1911 45. And he was looking at it, and I was going to the bathroom. And we're just talking back and forth, you know, the truck is not running, the Jeep's not running. We're just sitting there, and all of a sudden, kaboom! And there was smoke and stuff just barreling out of that Jeep. I was trying to get my bearings, looking around. I didn't know what was going on, man. I looked in there at the guy that I just handed the 45 to, and I was like, "Man, what did you do?" And he's sitting there looking at it, holding it in his hand like a hot potato. And he was like, "I didn't do nothing." And he threw it over at me. Well, I caught it, and the gun's just cool as a cucumber, you know. And I thought, what's going on here? And I look back at the dude in the back seat, old Lance. He's back here doing this number right here, looking like Stevie Wonder. He said, "Man, I don't know what happened, but I can't hear nothing." This guy has a white t-shirt on, and I kid you not, it had just black streaks where the shirt was ripped up, where the bullet went by him and went by his face. And I'm just standing there looking at this guy going, "Oh no." And I looked right across the top of my Jeep, and there it was, a little old hole, a 357 Magnum hole, right through the roof. Guy had a Ruger 357 Magnum Black Hawk. Now, from what I understand, you can't drop a Black Hawk on the hammer and it go off. But that's exactly what he said happened. He said I don't know, man, I just dropped it and it went off. Now, whether or not he'd messing around with it and let the hammer slip out of his thumb, I don't know. But either way, he shot a hole in my brand new Jeep soft top. I was devastated. Of course, I ended up losing control of the Jeep that night and kind of tore a hole in the side of the little door half skin also, so couldn't really say anything. Anyway, that's my story about Lacy's Bridge.